Here we take a look at safety safeguards that are used by us here at Park Valley. We are compliant with HIPAA security and privacy rules, which do establish physical, technical, and administrative safeguards for the protection of health information. But here at Park Valley, we've also expanded these concepts to not only protect our health information and our health data, but to also protect people and our facility. So for example, you can look at something like locked doors and surveillance cameras, or our emergency backup plans, and you can see how these are useful in not only protecting our health information, but also our people and our facility in general. Now, here we take a look at our ID badges. You will be receiving these by the end of the day today. Security badges must be worn at all times above the waist. They will be fitted with a QR code, which is used to track your clock in and clock out every day. It also does grant you role-based access to designated areas, and it can be used for cafeteria purchases as well. ID cards will contain RFID chips, which are radio frequency identification. And this does allow us to track whether our employees are in the locations that they should be at the right time. So for example, with these ID badges, we will be able to know if you are in the correct patient room that you are assigned to, or correct areas such as locations where we store medications. This is both for the protection of you and our residents from abuse, exploitation, and as long as you are doing what you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be doing, you should have no problem. Now, it is important that you immediately report any lost or stolen IDs to security immediately. Your first badge will be issued to you for free, but if you do require replacement, it will be $15. And it is also important that you immediately notify security of any visitors or personnel that's not wearing appropriate identification. So whether it is a visitor who's not wearing a badge, or your coworker, they should be wearing their badge, not only so that way they can be identified by other individuals, but also because of the RFID technology. And so that way we don't have any instances of employees trying to go undetected in areas by not wearing their badges. Lastly, we look here at AEDs, or automated external defibrillators. These devices are capable of recognizing the presence or absence of cardioventricular fibrillation or tachycardia, and it's able to determine whether defibrillation should be performed. It will also automatically charge and request the operator to deliver the electrical impulse if necessary. Now, it is important that you know that this must only be used by trained personnel, and emergency services must be notified after use. There are 7 devices that are located across the facility. Some examples of where these devices are located include the visitor lodging areas, our physical therapy complex, the main nursing and skilled nursing facility, and the cafeteria, just to name a few. Now, training certification does include components that are both related to CPR and AED, and they must be approved by the device manufacturer and the American Heart Association, or another nationally recognized organization. If later on during your employment you're interested in becoming trained for use of AED devices, you can definitely let your supervisor know, and we can see if this is possible. Now, this does conclude the orientation for today. I hope that you gained some valuable information. If you have any questions, feel free to ask those. Otherwise, we will be continuing the orientation tomorrow, and do make